All right, we took possession of 8 IBC Totes. We're going to use these things for firewood. We've got 4 over here and then 4 over there by the burn pit. So we're going to get these things broken down, get the bladders separated out, and get these things cleaned up. And I'll show you how we're going to process and then use these for firewood storage. Show you guys how we can take these things apart. Real simple. We got 2 cross braces here. We're going to undo the 4 Torx bits, 2 on each side, pull these things out, and then we can tip this thing over, drag the bladder out, and then it's just cutting a little bit of an access panel so that we can stack firewood properly in these things. So let's get to it. Easy peasy, you got the right tools. Since we got these things pretty close to the yard, I'm not going to move the tractor all over the place just to do this. We're going to go ahead and knock all of these things out, pull the bladders, and then we'll use a tractor to move these things around. All right, next we're going to go ahead and cut an access panel out here. We're going to go 3 up, 4 across, 3 up, take this out, use an angle grinder, smooth out the edges because we don't want to be, clipping ourselves, getting stitches, when we're out here trying to load firewood. So let's go ahead and get started. So using a rigid bimetal blade was a lot better. Has a finer tooth on the blade than this Diablo. It was also bimetal, and definitely recommend going this. This cut a lot smoother. This seemed to want to grab metal and then just catch it and almost try to rip it out of my hand. So I'll link the one that I'm using in the description. It's but that's a good blade. Definitely recommend that one. So you can see we got the opening cut out, the sharp edges ground down. So now we can actually, you know, get in and stack lumber or firewood a lot easier. Make sure this thing's going to be pretty good and full. We still need to pull these things off, and if you're going to use these guys even for air drying, I highly recommend removing these, or you're going to block your airflow here in the middle. So even when you get this thing full and you leave it out for like 6 months, a year, whatever you're going to be drying, that's good. That is going to affect your airflow. Okay, so the center of your stack is already going to have issues with drying properly and evenly as you know, as much as the outside is. So no need to stack the deck against that wood as well. So we'll be taking these things off and on all 8 of them, and highly recommend anybody else doing the same thing. So we ran out of time yesterday when we were cutting up some the firewood baskets, and kind of ran over to today. But the weather's not cooperating. It's off and on raining, so we're going to go ahead and bundle up some firewood that just came out of the kiln. This didn't wrap very well.
Sadly wrapped.
Yeah, a little bit. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. We got about 22, maybe 23 bundles wrapped up. We had 10 left over from the last batch, so we're sitting on about 32 bundles. It's about 10 less than I thought we were going to get out of this load that was on that pallet. But I think the reason that we're getting tighter bundles because the pieces are smaller, so we're getting more wood into the actual cubic foot, so less airspace, which is great for the customer, right? They're getting more bang for their buck. Our reputation is going to hopefully precede us with all this kiln dried stuff. So I was testing some of these pieces as they were coming out, and they are sitting 16% or less. Some of the smaller pieces are actually closer to like 8 to 10%, so this stuff will burn really, really nicely. We put another load in, and in the next video I want to show how we're going to load those totes, allow for maximum storage, while still allowing for proper airflow. So stay tuned, and we will catch you on the next one.